Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight to Blu-ray. I am James, and for today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. I decided to kind of go off script here on one of these videos. I only have a couple pickups that I've movie-wise, so normally on Wednesdays, if I have enough pickups, I'll go ahead and do my collection update, but that's probably going to be a next week thing. I really only have a couple, so I don't want to do a whole video on that. So I decided to kind of, like I said, kind of change it up a little bit. Obviously, this is a physical media channel, so I thought, what's kind of like a cool video I could do that I don't really see anywhere else? And they may have channels that do this, but I haven't really seen it. Obviously, when you buy physical media, you're talking a Blu-ray, even a DVD or 4K, you get in the movie, but then you're getting all the special features. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a video series on special features where I'll pick a random movie and I'll go over the special features, if they're any good, what you can expect in them, exactly what special features are actually on a certain particular copy. So that is what I'm going to do for this one. This week, the very first episode, if you saw my top 10 movies of 1985, I'd mentioned that my favorite movie was The Goonies. So I decided to go ahead and do the very first special features video on The Goonies. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and this is the collector's edition of the Goonies. So I'm going to go over exactly what's in it. I actually have the previous, because this is the 4K version. I actually also do have this is the Blu-ray. I want to say it was like the 10th or 15th, or not the 10th, like maybe the 15th anniversary. What was it? No, the 25th, I wasn't even close. The 25th anniversary Blu-ray of the Goonies came in this huge thing right here. I do have that Blu-ray still on my shelf. But all the special features that are on this are the same ones that come with the 4K edition that I'm about to show you there. So like I said, this is I think you could either have gotten a steelbook, just a regular slipcover, or this is like the little treasure chest collector's thing here, and it just opens up at the top. So on the inside, obviously, we've got the 4K disc here, and it does come with a Blu-ray copy as well. And then also you get this right here. This is just like a replica of the treasure map. You can see the notes here on the back of the map. I haven't actually taken it out to open it. It's weird. I usually get these kind of like collector sets because I'm thinking, oh, you get all this cool stuff inside, and then they never actually come out of the box. Kind of the same thing here. You get these pins right here. If you just so happen to want to put any of those on there, gotta love the chunk pin down there. Do the truffle shuffle. And then finally, you also get this Goonies, just a little patch. If you so happen to want to put that on your whatever clothing, you can attach that on there. The Blu-ray thing has something a little bit different in there than that. It's got like a board game and some booklets and stuff. Maybe one of these days I'll go over that one too, but I'm just going to focus on the 4K here. So let's go ahead and get into what special features are on the actual 4K and the Blu-ray of the Goonies. All right, before I get into the individual special features that are on this disc, let me go ahead and invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member. This channel is all about physical media, movies, 4K and or Blu-ray. So if you are a fan of physical media and just movies in general, go ahead and think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you are enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. And just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Goonies. Obviously, I told you it's my favorite movie. What is it in your kind of realm of movies? Is it even close to your top favorites, top 10? Let me know how if you enjoyed the Goonies. I don't know who doesn't enjoy the Goonies, but anyway, going into the first special feature, if you're old like myself and you've seen this movie a million times, you would know that there is a music video, a song and a music video that goes with this. It's done by Cyndi Lauper. It's the Goonies Are Good Enough. Goonies are just the R, good enough. And I am old enough to have actually seen the video when it aired, when this movie came out. And I'm pretty sure, I can't recall any other video, although I haven't really watched music videos in probably 20 years. So unless there's been something since. This is like the only music video that literally had a cliffhanger and then a second part to the video. Like there was the first part of the music video, and that's in here. And so you do the video, and then it gets to a point, and there's like a cliffhanger it's supposed to basically be kind of following a similar Goonies theme. She finds a treasure map, and in the hole in the wall in their little gas station, and she goes to that part of the movie where they're on that log going across the river there with the raging water come down, and it actually comes to a point where it's a cliffhanger, and the video ends there, and there, the voiceover comes on, and it says there's going to be a second part. You actually had to wait. I can't remember how long it was, but you had to wait like a pretty good amount of time, and then they showed you the conclusion of the video. So like I said, only video I know of that's actually a music video that had a cliffhanger, and it was a two-parter, and that's the Goonies Are Good Enough video. You do get that in here. You get it's got both parts, so it just kind of does them together. It does have the voiceover cliffhanger thing at the end, and then it just kind of cuts to black, and then it shows you the second part of that. And if you knew anything about back then, and Cyndi Lauper, she was part of that rock and wrestling connection. So if you haven't seen the music video, it's got kind of not a who's who of old back then it was WWF, now WWE stars. It had Captain Lou Albano is in that one, Roddy Piper, the Iron Sheik. You had Classy Freddie Blassie was part of it. The Fabulous Moolah and Nikolai Volkov were all in both parts, and then in the second part you had an appearance by the one and only Andre the Giant. Kind of a very weird video, and their interaction, and it is weird, but it does come in the special features, so I thought it was kind of cool to add that on there, especially like I said, if you're like me and it was you remember that it was part of your childhood. It's just really nostalgic. So you do get both parts of the Goonies Are Good Enough Cyndi Lauper music video. You do get a trailer for the movie. It's just one trailer. It's just a generic 80s trailer, nothing special that you could probably not find on YouTube or something like that. So it's not a multiple trailers. There's no teasers or anything like that. It's just the one basic low def trailer that you get for the movie. You do get a making of featurette. It wasn't the longest. It's not really, super in-depth or anything. You kind of get at the beginning where Steven Spielberg talks a little bit. And the remainder is just, for the most part, it's Richard Donner just talking for the majority of the time. It does show clips of, them filming and stuff, and how, it was kind of a pain for him to have to work with, a group of kids was difficult for him. And it shows you him, directing some of the kids. The funny thing is a lot of the scenes from directing is actually in a deleted scene that didn't actually make the movie, but it does make the featurette when they're in the convenience store. But yeah, so it's not very long. I'd say maybe 15 minutes at the max. I didn't really record the time on it, but yeah, maybe 10-15 minute max. So it's nothing super in depth or anything like that. But there is a featurette, making a featurette in that if you are interested in that as well. All right, now there is also a couple special features on this one that are basically the same thing. There is a commentary track, and it is got Richard Donner and pretty much all of the kids, all of the Goonies in it, except for, I think, all of the Goonies were in this one. All the kids, and then Brand, Cary Green, and then Martha Plimpton were also part of it. So you had quite the large commentary panel. They had that where it's basically just the audio commentary for the movie, and then they had something called Hidden Treasures, which they say was like a video pop-up that would come up in various parts of the movie to kind of give you little tidbits, but it was basically just the audio commentary, and then sometimes they would pop up a box of them while they're recording the audio commentary, just to show you them actually physically sitting there recording the audio commentary. So I don't know why that was really needed. It just kind of seems like pointless. Like, I mean, if you're doing an audio commentary, I don't think a second special feature is them sitting there filming them doing that audio commentary. Just kind of weird. In the realm of audio commentaries, this was definitely not my favorite. I mean, let's be honest, you've got Richard Donner, you've got the three of that were the older Goonies, you got Brand, obviously the brother, and then the two girls, and then all of the kids. So you have quite the group there, and everyone is trying to chime in with little bits and pieces. And to be honest, Corey Feldman is one of those kids. And if you've seen Corey Feldman in anything as an adult, any of those weird reality shows, the only reason I saw some of this because my girlfriend watches that nonsense, really likes to be the center of attention. So, of course, he's always trying to say something to be that center of attention. So, you've got people talking over each other. I mean, it's not like if you watch an audio commentary, you'll see the movie and then they'll chime in a little bit here and there. It was like straight talking, basically. I mean, you didn't hear any of the dialogue. It was just them talking back and forth as the movie was going. If that's something you're interested in, then it's for you. Like I said, the audio commentary is fine. The hidden treasures part is just pointless unless you want to physically every once in a while see them sitting there doing the talking. There's not really much point to it. So yeah, and like I said, as far as commentaries, it was just too many people all at once, and it just really wasn't that good of a feature for me for this movie. So yeah, that was kind of a letdown. The only other feature in that one is it did have some deleted scenes in that one. There were 4 in total. If you've seen anything about Goonies, throughout the past, it isn't like this didn't really give you anything that you probably haven't already seen before. There is the first one was when they go to a convenience store after finding the map. It's kind of in between that and them going out to where the restaurant is. It shows them in the convenience store. Mikey finds an actual map, the present day map, and he kind of aligns it up to the treasure map. Everybody else is kind of running around. Chunk is sitting in the ice cream. It's kind of funny because he's opening ice creams and then licking them and then putting the ice creams back in the freezer. So it's totally gross, but it's totally Chunk. And then I can't remember his name offhand. The preppy kid that everybody hates kind of comes in and starts messing with them a little bit, and Bran saves them from getting beaten up by the jerk country club guy. Like I said, I can't remember his name offhand for the life of me. But yeah, it was an okay scene. I can see why they cut it out. It was nothing really major. The only real thing you get in that is that Mikey kind of lines up the map with the actual real-time map from their local map. But other than that, it wasn't really that necessary. The second one you get is when they're outside of the restaurant, kind of at that, it's like they're like 100 feet away hiding behind the rocks. It's a little bit more of an extended, I think, scene on that one. You get Data trying out some of his gadgets that fail. He does the little, mouth chompers, and it gets mouth in the butt, and he's yelling, screaming. They have to shut him up. And then you've got him trying to use binoculars. Of course, it fails because most of his gadgets don't do very well. That was basically the gist of it. Nothing really major there. The third one is you get that infamous octopus, which if you've ever just watched the original movie, at the very end where they're discussing for the sheriff everything that went on, everything happened except for the octopus. And for the longest time, I was like, that's weird. Like, there was no octopus. What are they talking about? Well, there was an octopus in the actually filmed, but they cut it out whenever they first go down those water slides. They land there before they get on the actual pirate ship. There's an octopus in there. I'm kind of glad they cut it out because in the realm of animatronic creatures, let's just say this one was not very well done. It had all the realism of like a Disney World caricature, like creature effect thing where they're moving around like this and that's basically what it looked like. It was terrible looking. So I'm kind of glad. And I mean, it didn't make any sense that thing would even be in there. It just completely went into fantasy land on that one. I mean, not that a pirate ship is, very realistic, but at least that they actually existed. That large thing, I think I just made up. But yeah, so if you've ever seen that, where they talk about the octopus, this is that one. They've had it in like the TV when it's on TV. Sometimes they'll add that in. Some of these deleted scenes they'll add into the TV adaptation of it. But yeah, so that was one of the deleted scenes. And then the final one is just basically Chunk and Sloth when they're going through the caves, trying to catch up to everybody. It doesn't last very long. It may be like a minute in length, and it's, Chunk yells down there, hey, you guys, and then, or hey, guys, and then Sloth does it. So it's kind of where later on he does the hey, you guys when he does that. So yeah, it was kind of another one that they easily could have cut out. Didn't really add anything. None of these deleted scenes were anything great, and nothing, like I said, that I hadn't seen before. I didn't remember the Chunk and Sloth thing offhand, but I mean, it's not a very memorable deleted scene anyway. So yeah, it's nothing that you would miss. So yeah, that is it for all of these special features. Like I said, for a movie like this and anniversaries, I would have thought there would have been some more special features on there. Just a little bit disappointed in exactly what special features they got. I mean, maybe there's not a lot available. I think I would have liked a little bit more maybe as they're older, maybe some of like, maybe a Comic-Con kind of panel or something like that they could have thrown in there. None of these special features really had any of the adults. Obviously, Anne Ramsey, who played Mama Fratelli, passed away. I think it was John Davy was his name, the one that was one of the brothers, not the taller one, the one that escapes from jail. I can't remember if he passed away or not. But him and Pantaleano aren't really in any of these special features either. So, it'd be nice to maybe get some of their kind of takes on some of these things. But, overall, it's at least there's something on there. It's not like some of these movies where you get absolutely nothing. So you do get a lot, but there was nothing new from that was on the 4K, edition that wasn't on the previous Blu-ray. And all of these features were on the Blu-ray disc. There are no special features on the 4K disc, so all of these are on the included Blu-ray disc. So they're all just basically the exact same. They're just imported over from the previous version. So that's gonna do it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this, style of video? Do you want to know more about special features in random movies? God knows there's plenty back there. A lot of movies to choose from in special features. Is this something you would like to see, a little bit more in depth on what some of these special features are? That way you can kind of see if you want to pick up a particular version or not. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I will see y'all in the next video.